Hi, Craig.
Greg.
Yay, Craig.
Where would we be without Craig?
Well, we
Okay.
wouldn't have 25 subscribers on YouTube.
There you go. There you go.
Hello,
And yet-
you guys.
And nearly 350 on Twitter.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
They love it.
oh yeah, I'm having
Whoever they are.
I'm having 2 cans of Mountain Dew tonight.
Ooh.
And I got a new roll of packing tape.
Oh no! Don't overspend. Don't let the
I
advertisement
try
dollars
not
go
to.
to your head.
Okay, well let's just get this rolling, okay? And you're all going to be doing intros for your characters shortly, so get your sheets ready and such, and we shall just begin. So it's early June 1922, and you are all members of the Society for the Exploration of the Unexplained, an informal extracurricular society based at Miskatonic University in Arkham, Massachusetts, where you are all either faculty or students. The society was founded in 1889 by a group of professors and students who had a mutual interest in unexplained phenomena and meets once a month in a private reading room of the university's library. The SEU, as it's known, has gained some minor public notoriety through their assistance in a number of high-profile police investigations that have come to the attention of local and national press. And as a result of this, members of the society are often sought out by the authorities, as well as by private individuals who are in need of help with all manner of strange mysteries. And so at this month's meeting, there are some new members, and so you've all been asked to basically introduce yourselves and tell everyone a little about yourself. And why don't we just start from the top down and go with Alexander Kilgore here?
Yes, so my name is Alexander, and I'm a student of psychology. And my interest in joining this organization stems from the focus of my coursework, which is mostly working with individuals who have believed that they have encountered something of a supernatural nature, or believe in the words of cults and other strange occult organizations of that sort, and to try to understand where they might be coming from, so that I can successfully help them with their delusions.
Okay, and Miss Kane?
Yes, I am Keiko Kane. I am a science student, and I was born in San Francisco. I am of the belief that ghosts do not exist. I don't believe in them, and there must be a scientific explanation for any kind of weird paranormal goings on. So that's kind of, I guess part of my thesis is, unlike what's his name, the James Randi of paranormal phenomenon. I want to disprove it through science.
James Randi? I never heard of this person you speak of.
Oh, he's this guy that offers a great deal of money to anybody who can actually prove that they'd seen a ghost or something weird, that paranormal.
So he's like Mr. Houdini.
In a way, I guess. Anyway, and in terms of family, I have an older brother who works as a doctor in San Francisco, whose name is Hugo. No joke at all. His name is Hugo. And I carry a silver penknife that he gave me as a good luck token.
Awesome.
And I play hockey.
Sorry?
Because I have a hockey stick. Part of my gear.
Oh, you're a hockey player. Okay.
Yeah.
And Professor Avery.
Yes, I am Wentworth Avebury, professor of languages at Miskatonic University. I specialize in Latin. I also have a pretty interesting skill in hieroglyphics and Greek. I have to say, folklore and spirituality, very fascinating stuff. Haven't seen any evidence of it, But I do have to say that after my late wife Jane died, I was very certain that there is something that she wanted to tell me, and so I have joined this organization hoping to figure out what it is she wanted to let me know. I carry her picture around in this small frame at all times.
Oh,
She was a delightful woman. You would have loved her.
and last but not least, Miss Williams.
Hi, my name is Jessie Williams. I'm a history student. I am actually really fascinated with this sort of thing because it's outside of the realm of what we normally go through on a day-to-day basis. Plus, part of history, of course, is the mythos that any particular culture makes up, and I find it fascinating how they become part of a culture's life. I need coffee. One thing I know for sure is that my mother's fascinated with this stuff. I write to her about it all the time, and her name's Joyce. And I've always been very close to her. We used to go to church every single week, every single weekend. I miss her a great deal, and I miss her cooking, which is amazing. But she finds this all very fascinating, and she doesn't quite know how deep I get into things, like trouble sometimes. But I can't help myself. I really like to be around, what's happening. So hopefully I'll be able to add to my my history major portfolio as far as what have I learned and where am I studying. I think this might become a focus for me.
Okay. Well,
What's the name of our little adventure, Colin?
Today's little adventure is going to be called The Paper Chase.
Thank you. I need to take notes.
AKA Lordy Lummy, it's another mummy. Spoiler alert.
Oh no, really? It's gonna be another mummy?
No, it's not a mummy.
No.
Two mummies in a row is quite enough. So, okay. So at this month's meeting, Miss Williams has brought a telegram which she received from her cousin, Thomas Kimball, with regard to their uncle, her mother Joyce's brother, Douglas. Douglas disappeared on August 31st, 1920, and it's now early June 1922. So he disappeared almost 2 years ago. And having only met him when she was a very small child, Jessie has no recollection of her Uncle Douglas. He was an unmarried recluse and an avid reader and collector of books. But you have much fondness in your heart for him, as he would send you books on every special occasion of the year, birthdays, Christmas, and other holidays. And this practice continued right up until his disappearance. And these books instilled in Jessie a love of history, which led her to where she is now, a proud female student at Miskatonic University. And your cousin Thomas, who now resides as the caretaker of your Uncle Douglas's house, writes to say that the house has been burglarized and some of your uncle's favorite books have been stolen. And given their uncle's inexplicable disappearance, Thomas finds this mystery more than a little unusual. And knowing that you're a member of the SEU, he hopes that you could persuade them to send a group of investigators to find out who stole the books, return them if possible, and perhaps discover the fate of your beloved uncle, a task which the local police department have failed to do. And so you have convinced, you've brought this to a vote at the SEU, and they have agreed to send a team of investigators, and they will fund it for a trip to Arnoldsburg, Michigan, which is a semi-rural suburb just outside of Ann Arbor.
Ugh.
And So the four of you are going to be, you're making your way by taxi to Boston. And then you catch the train in Boston. And then the train journey to Michigan is about it takes about 2 days at this point in time. So, but they're pretty comfortable. You get pretty comfortable level of travel.
Looks great.
Due to your funding. Yeah, it looks all right. It's good. You can sit back and relax and smoke and have all of the fineries of life.
I'm smoking my pipe.
You're smoking your pipe. Okay.
Yeah,
And
Alexander
so-
rolled a cigarette.
So the train from Boston pulls into Ann Arbor, and then you catch a taxi in Ann Arbor out to Arnoldsburg. And Arnoldsburg is a semi-rural suburb of Ann Arbor. Let me see if I can show you something. I believe. As you travel through the town, you know it's quite unremarkable. It's a typical suburb, and the only buildings of note that you notice among the usual mom and pop stores are a small library, and then the police station, and then the offices of the local newspaper, which is the Arnoldsburg Advertiser. And let me see, where am I? That is the downtown area that you can see. Very run-of-the-mill, very ordinary. So the taxi pulls up at 218 Aylesbury Street in Arnoldsburg at just 9 a.m., almost on the dot. And you can see that it's shaping up to be a perfect summer's day. There's just partly cloudy, very gentle breeze, very pleasant temperatures. And the taxi driver helps you all with your bags, drives off, and Jesse's cousin Thomas opens the front door and comes to greet you and help you with your bags. And he invites you all inside. And he informs you that you're all welcome to stay in the house and use it for your base of operations. And he tells you he's prepared 2 rooms, one for the ladies and one for the gents, and that you'll have to share beds, but that they're all quite comfortable. There's also plenty of food in the kitchen. He informs you that you're free to roam the house, and he's moved into most of the house, but has left your Uncle Douglas's study untouched. It was clearly your uncle's favorite room, and your cousin Thomas doesn't want to offend him should he return. And then Thomas has also offered to cover all of your expenses while you're here and can pay you $10 for your services, which in today's money is approximately $240.
Inflation.
$40 cash plus all expenses paid. That's not terrible.
It's rather.
No, it's not. My cousin is very generous.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to sample the delights of Michigan.
Yeah, the delights.
Oh, Michigan is wonderful.
So you're in the main hallway of the Kimball house, and Thomas is here and has just explained all of this to you, and he seems like quite an amiable fellow, and is eager to assist in any way he can. And he says, "I'm quite happy to tag along and act as your guide in town if you'd like to go into town, or if you'd like to, of course, look around the house. You are free to do so."
Thank you. I'm afraid, Jesse, I don't believe that you had any of the particulars of your uncle's disappearance, correct? Like how long has it been? When was the last time they were seen? All those really basic details might be the best place to start.
Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, he disappeared about 2 years ago,
Yes, that's correct.
and no one knows quite what happened. And the thing is that he sent me a book about a week before he disappeared, but I still have. And so, I mean, I don't think he was in trouble or anything. Just
Absolutely not. I agree with you entirely, cousin.
Mm-hmm. So that's all I know, Thomas. I mean, if there's anything else you can tell us that might be helpful for the group.
No, not at all. I had taken a trip to Rochester, New York, and he was in good spirits when I left, and I had no reason for suspicion at all. I mean, Uncle Douglas always kept to himself, and all he wanted to do was just be alone with his books from dawn until dusk. So beyond knocking on the door occasionally and offering him a cup of tea, I just left him to his own devices and he to mine. And he was generous enough to allow me to stay here while I attended the university, free of rent.
Yeah.
But when I returned from Rochester, he was gone, and that was almost 2 years ago now. And I reported it, of course, to the police, and they searched, and they found nothing.
Right.
So, and then now this, just a few nights ago, this burglary.
Right.
And of course, I could not go to the police because they were useless.
Could you tell what was stolen? I know books, but I mean, do you know which ones by anything?
I couldn't tell you. You're welcome to see his study. I just heard a noise from the study, and when I came down in the morning, I just noticed that these books. There was a pile of books that he kept on his desk. I would say there were maybe 5, 6 volumes, and they were gone. I noticed that his lamp had been knocked over, and his books were gone. But just these books. But I could not tell you what books they are. You know, how Uncle Douglas is. He was just such a voracious reader. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, you're welcome to search the study if you wish.
Well, I say we start there then, because that would have been where he was most of the time, right?
I agree.
Cool.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable to me.
Okay. And so Thomas leads you down the hallway and opens the door to the study. It's a large room. It's clearly the biggest room in the downstairs portion of the house, and it is completely cluttered and piled high with books. They're just books of all shapes and sizes on every subject imaginable. And they're identical only in that they're clearly all well loved and cared for. And the room's filled with natural light from 2 large windows in the western wall. And in front of the there is a desk with a lamp. And beyond that, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about the room, other than it's like would be the envy of some libraries.
Well,
No, go ahead, Jenny. Nope. Oh no.
oh no.
Losing Jenny for a second. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. What did you ask me?
I it sounded like you started to say a thing as I was saying a thing, and I said go on ahead.
I did not say a thing. Please.
I think that was me.
Nothing said.
Oh, Kathy. Yeah, sorry.
I now don't even, I now cannot recall.
Okay.
Take it away, Alexander Kilgore.
All right, I'll go with mine then. In examining the shelves of the study, are there any Are there any noticeable spots where there looks like there might have been a book placed there, but it had been, taken down and put onto this stack that went missing?
Yes.
Okay.
Good search, sir.
Yeah. Or,
There are some you can see as you examine the shelves that there are certain empty places between books where books have been removed.
Now, does your uncle organize his study as well as I organize mine? Can we infer, perhaps, what volumes might be missing?
Admittedly, I don't know how organized he was about this sort of thing. He knew where all of his books were, but we could check and see. I mean, does it look alphabetical to you? Does it look like it's separated by topic?
Subject, right?
Discern.
I tell you what, you can discern. You can discern that they're basically sorted, maybe by size. That seems to be seems to have been Douglas's only sorting criteria. Because as you look on one shelf, there's like natural history, biology, and then travel, geography, political history, nature, science. Just an absolute mishmash of like just the eclectic tastes of an avid reader, just all over the place. It very almost no fiction. They're almost all factual or reference books. There's no there doesn't seem your uncle didn't seem to have any interest in fiction in general. But it's just there's no.
Is there? Did you say there was a desk?
Yes, there's a desk. There's a desk by a large window.
May I go and look through see if the desk is unlocked and check the drawers?
Okay, well, I'll have you do a spot hidden for that then.
Okay, can you tell me how to do that again? I'm sorry.
A spot hidden roll.
Uh-huh.
What is your spot hidden is 45. So you need 45 or lower.
Okay, but what am I rolling? What's the roll command?
You are rolling 1d10 plus 1d10.
Gotcha.
He's counting the second 10 that comes up as the 10, so that's a
49.
That is a 49.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a failed spot hidden. It is, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You need a 45 or better.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay. What is a 45 is better, or a 49 is better?
No, it's not.
In this case.
Not in this case.
Lower.
Gotcha. Okay.
So no, you don't find anything. You have a kind of a good hard look and forage on the desk, but you don't manage to find anything. But I don't know. Perhaps some of your associates could also assist you.
Well, I was going to suggest, how about if I come over and take a look as a second set of eyes, plus, my uncle.
Please.
So,
yes, please.
Let's see what I can find. I mean, he was kind of messy, wasn't he?
He's spinning in his grave.
Oh, I don't know about that.
82.
Oh, excellent. That's even better, because where are we? Spot hidden. Oof, that's a very good success.
82.
Well, glad you came over then, there, Jesse.
So as you move, just there's just sheafs of just paper and notes lying all over the desk, and as you move those, a small leather-bound journal slides out onto the top of the desk.
Well, what is this? Did Uncle keep a journal, Thomas? I don't remember that, but
oh yes, I forgot about that entirely. I'm so glad you found it. I meant to tell you about it, but I misplaced it.
Does it contain anything untoward that possibly I shouldn't see? Do you know?
Well, you flip through the journal,
Mhm.
and unfortunately, your uncle's handwriting leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh, great.
But as you're going through, you find a journal, an entry of August 30th from 1920,
Okay.
which is the day before his disappearance. And you can't really make out everything. The entry seems rather cryptic, and it mentions reaching a decision and joining with my friends below. And
So his friends are listed right there.
yeah, and that's pretty much all it says. You can't really read the rest of it. So it just says something about reaching a decision and joining with my friends below.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I didn't think Uncle had any friends. Not really.
That is odd, isn't it? He never had any visitors. That's what Thomas says to you.
Mhm.
He just him and his books.
Jesse, do you mind if I take just a brief look at that journal?
Sure. You might have more luck than I do.
So I'm going to examine this journal, and I'm going to try to determine. This is probably a very big stretch. Does this seem like the writings of a sane man or someone who has been afflicted by some sort of mental ailment?
Well, let me see.
If I didn't know where your heart was, Alex, I would be insulted by this, but that's fine. You know.
Actually, to be honest, I was mostly asking that sort of out of character, but
Well, let's see. Let's have Alexander do maybe a psychoanalysis roll on that. You think, or a psycho? Let's go psychoanalysis.
all right.
So that's a 70. He's doing very well in class.
Well, it's a burgeoning field full of a very interesting things. I have a 51. Is that correct?
That is correct. You spend like 20 minutes or so going through here, and you conclude that there's nothing in any of the earlier entries, although they also again mention friends, and you see nothing in there that gives you any indication that this person is psychotic in any way. It appears to be of sound mind, although you can't find a reasonable explanation for these last cryptic entries.
They seem somewhat disconnected, with the exception of the mention of these friends from
These
below.
friends, yes, because cousin Thomas doesn't know of any friends. Uncle Douglas very much kept to himself.
Huh. Below.
Well, Thomas, is there a basement here? It's been so long since I've been to the house. I don't remember.
There's nothing in the basement. There is a basement, but there's nothing down there. It's just cluttered with just old stuff.
What kind of old stuff?
Just no, just various bits of tat from Uncle Douglas's old college days, and the coal cellar is down there, of course, obviously, and we have the root cellar down there too. But no, and Uncle Douglas spent no time down there. He either spent all of his time either in his study, or he liked to go and visit the cemetery occasionally and read there if the weather was fine.
Cemetery.
The cemetery.
Did he ever go to Ann Arbor to the university?
Oh, of course, yes.
Mhm.
He was a professor at Ann Arbor.
Well, what I mean is
up until his retirement 10 years ago. He just wanted to. He was, he was a bit of a curmudgeon, our uncle. But he was a good-natured fellow. But he didn't have too much time for people's company. So he just liked to be by himself, which is odd because he seemed to, cherish their thoughts as long as they were written down. But
But he didn't.
Well, I mean,
but after his retirement, he didn't spend more time there, or wasn't there
in Ann Arbor?
around the date of this journal entry, was he?
No. He has spent his entire retirement in Arnold'sburg.
I see. Okay.
He very, very rarely even ventured into town.
Wow.
So,
and who are these friends of his?
I have no idea. I knew nothing of them until I saw them mentioned in the diary entry.
Mysterious.
Wentworth is going to take a look. He's gonna study the study to make sure there isn't anything else like weirdly unusual. He's gonna Sherlock Holmes his way into thinking, okay, so things were taken here, things were taken there. What else might be out of place? What else can he see?
Are you gonna do Wentworth should do a spot hidden then?
Spot hidden.
Yep, spot hidden's getting a lot of mileage today.
Okay.
Oh,
then.
by the way, whenever you use one of these skills, you should tick off the box.
Oh, okay.
You only need to do it once.
Oh,
So
okay.
any skill you have used, just tick it off.
All right. I have a 64, so that's too high for me.
Well, you could try. You could burn luck on it if you wanted. You'd need to use up 14 luck.
What luck do I have?
Or
Really, that's a lot of luck.
That is a lot of luck.
Or you could try pushing the roll, which is
Let's push it.
Okay. You know that if it goes badly,
How do I push? I forget.
you just roll again.
Just roll it again. Oh,
yes,
well.
but if you fail,
It'll be fine.
it'll be fine.
Fine.
So he gets down on his hands and knees and starts really going around.
That's
there.
almost exactly the
62.
same result. So no, it didn't work.
And as you're doing that, as you're getting up, you're by the desk and you slam your head into Douglas's desk, and you give yourself 1 hit point of damage there.
Look what I found.
Are you all right?
I see that there's some science and biology books, and because nobody's finding anything, I want to go flip through them.
Okay, so you go and you flip through those, and there's one thing you noticed when you stood up, Wentworth, and slammed your head so hard on the desk that when you did that, you noticed that the window by the desk rattled.
Well, let's see whether it was opened recently and not properly closed.
And the window is okay. So you try the window, and the window just almost falls open. It just swings right open just as soon as your fingers just touch it. So it opens very, very easily and swings outward.
Are we on the first floor?
You are on the first floor. You're on the ground floor. So.
And is there any evidence of activity there? Like, might this be where the burglar or burglars came and went?
Well, what shall we have you do? What are you? Where are you looking, and what are you examining? Particularly,
I'll examine the casement of the window to start with.
The casement of the window.
Well, the sill it's in.
Okay. Well, you notice that there is a little bit of dried dirt, a little bit of soil on the ledge. Just a negligible amount, but still worthy of your notice.
Yes. And might that soil have come from this yard here?
So now you're looking in the yard.
Yes.
So as you can see out in the yard, down below the window, that there's kind of a muddy, a kind of muddy area that's starting to dry out in the in the summer sun as the day is going on.
Edward
And
thinks to himself, footprints, perhaps.
well, let me see. Let's have you do another spot hit.
Of course.
Would Alex be able to jump in on this as well? Can we roll for the same thing? Because I
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. You can. Although your spot hitting's terrible.
36. That wins.
That wins. Okay.
Okay. I'll hold off then.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you do notice. You notice that there appear to be prints visible in the mud.
Tell me more.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know, boots, shoes,
Nope.
something else.
They are not human footprints. They appear to be the footprints of some form of animal.
Oh dear.
Perhaps you should have maybe you could
friend.
refer to Miss Kane. I believe Miss Kane was looking through some
My
biology.
friends, please.
Yes, yeah, I will. I have the scientific knowledge. I will come over and check it out.
Okay. So you guys all
Look
just
at it, and
you guys are all just craning out the window over the desk here, or?
I mean,
We go outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're,
I think
okay.
the
So,
investigation moved outside.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Like everyone's just Scooby Dooing their heads out the window.
So okay. So you all go outside, and so Miss Kane is going to take a look in here. Well, you'd probably want what have we got here? Well, you got a good science one in biology. Your natural world is real good too.
mhm.
Let's go with a biology roll.
All right.
And you have been looking at these. You've been looking at these. What books have you been looking at?
The natural history and biology.
Okay. Can I have you before we do that? Can I have you do a library roll?
Sure.
A library use roll.
All right. Is that still the 1D, but not?
1D plus 1D. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
That's a 54. Yeah. Do you want to maybe do you want to burn some luck on that?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so you're gonna just burn 4 luck.
Gotcha.
So mark your luck down to 6 there.
Down to 6.
And yeah, you gain
Okay.
some knowledge from one of those natural history books that you were looking at,
Mhm.
particularly into one book you find conveniently enough on footprints of animals.
Okay.
And so now you're going to use your biology
Okay.
roll, and you're going to take a look at these prints in the mud. Oof. Well, that's an 88.
That's
So
more luck.
Wow, I suck today.
That's pretty bad. I guess you could push your luck.
All right.
Do you want to try pushing it?
Yeah, I want to push it. Can I roll again?
Push it.
Oh God.
No whammies. Big money, big money.
Big money.
That's better.
57. That is a lot better. So
How much luck am I burning on that?
none. You're
Okay.
well within. You're well. Your biology is a 70, so
Okay.
you're well below that.
All right.
Using the book you found in the library,
Mhm.
Keiko is able to determine, although you seem quite baffled by it,
Mhm.
that the prints in the prints in the mud initially looked to you like cow prints or cattle prints, like a very large hoof print.
Mhm.
But as you look through the book, you notice that they don't actually bear any resemblance to a cow print, and what they actually appear to be are, there doesn't appear to be anything in the book that matches any known animal. The only one that looks even remotely like the print you're looking at is for a goat, but it's
Oh, it's a demon.
but it's infinitely larger than,
Oh.
it's much too large for a goat print, but it looks almost identical to a goat, but
Hmm.
infinitely larger.
Is there a cloven hoof?
Yes, of course, it's a goat.
I'm kidding.
I must say, this is unexplained. We must find the explanation.
There might be an explanation if you just went to school more often. You might know.
I don't know. Was Jesse? Was your uncle given to animal experimentation? I don't.
No, he was pretty much, as far as I know, a scholar, and that was it. He was theoretical, not experimental. But I don't know. He also in this journal says something about friends. I didn't think he had any. Not people that he hung out with.
I wonder if maybe he got with somebody who was an experimenter for some of his theories.
You said something about he would go to the cemetery to read, Thomas?
Indeed, yes.
What's the name of it? That cemetery?
St. Cuthbert's.
Cuthbert's?
Yes.
Wait, really?
No, it's just I wasn't expecting somebody to ask me the name of the cemetery, so now it's St. Cuthbert's.
Oh well. Forgive me.
I was like, oh wow, that's a fun crossover.
I'm writing it in now. St. Cuthbert.
Of the cudgel.
I would assume, Thomas, that Uncle has had books in the library pertaining to the cemetery, didn't he?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay, well, then maybe that won't help. I don't know, everybody. What do we want to pursue this rather large beast with hooves right away, or should we be trying to figure out maybe, if other people connected to my uncle that could help us?
Well, this hoof print, although interesting, is obviously not connected with this at all. I mean, are we assuming that a goat stole the books and ate them? Is that?
Well, no, not a goat.
These hoof prints, do they come in pairs or fours?
They appear to be, according to Keiko, in pairs.
So, either someone was wearing cloven-hoof boots, or we have ourselves a pan.
Which I mean, so we're assuming maybe that the burglar had some sort of obsession with leaving behind cloven footprints, like wearing.
One explanation.
Yeah, I believe that seems to be the most likely one, sir. But
or
do these tracks
be someone, a two-legged being with hooves for feet?
Oh, that's ridiculous.
What did you say, Alexander?
There's nothing that exists like that.
No, not at all. I was asking if these are just impressions in the ground, or if this is an actual trail that we could follow.
That's a good one. I'm gonna have you all. Let me see. Ugh, you're all terrible.
We're all terrible.
Let me see. I was going to have you roll a track, but you're all awful except for Jessie, and she's pretty awful.
Pick Latin or English.
Or language. I can speak Japanese.
Yeah. Okay, let's just go with spot hiddens. So who's the best for spot hiddens right here? Not
I'm 50-50.
You're 50-50, and so is why don't Jesse and Wentworth? Well, you can all roll for spot hiddens if you want.
We might all get lucky. Yeah, we're all gonna try.
Yeah, you never know.
Cool.
So
all right.
Spot hidden.
Oh,
26.
Alexander's already got it. Probably.
Oh, he's missed it by one. Are you gonna take burn of luck on it?
No. Well, actually, just a single point
29.
of luck.
Oh no, you don't even need to burn it because Jesse's already figured it.
Yep. There you go. Good job, Jesse.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
Jesse notices that the
is that Jesse or Keiko?
That's Jesse.
Both of us, really, but Jesse's the best one.
Oh,
okay.
Jesse found it first. She notices that the trail of prints seem to lead off through a kind of a well-worn, well-trodden path through the grass that goes through the garden, and then through a break in the low wall that surrounds the garden, and then that leads into like a copse of trees, and then beyond the trees, you can still just faintly make out the path, and it seems to wind in towards a cemetery just beyond the trees.
Does it happen to be St. Cuthbert's Cemetery?
Well, that is St. Thomas says, yes, that's St. Cuthbert's.
Huh.
It's just a local cemetery. It's still in use.
Well, shall we follow the path, you guys?
Yes, we shall.
Let's do it.
As we're heading over, I think that Alexander is going to check his revolver and make sure that it's loaded. Especially, and I think if anybody, looks at him askance while he's doing that, he says, "Well, we're on the trail of a burglar who apparently has some sort of obsession with wearing special boots with cloven hooves on them. I believe that caution and possible need to defend ourselves might be in order."
That's still ridiculous because cloven-hoofed boots went out of fashion like a few decades ago. I would know.
I believe you're right there. So what's worse? They are a burglar of poor taste, Mrs. Williams.
Wentworth quickly changes his boots, so hopefully nobody sees.
That be that as it may, I guess we should just head on to the cemetery, shouldn't we?
Yeah, there's only one way to go.
Okay, so
wait, do hope some of the tombstones are in Latin.
You make your way. You make your way through the copse of trees. You follow the pathway, and it winds into a quite a large cemetery, and it's reasonably well tended. Although it's quite overgrown. There's lots of tall bushes and ancient trees dotting all of the spaces between the gravestones and the tombs, and a lot of Victorian era stuff like large mausoleums, family plots, and stuff like that. And so it's clear the cemetery's been here for many, many years. And so as you're
for the stairs down.
What? There are no stairs. There are no stairs down. There are no stairs down.
Does this trail go to a mausoleum with stairs down?
Well, there are a lot. No, the trail just kind of disappeared actually when you reach the cemetery. The grass is you came through a patch of quite tall grass and such, and through another break in the wall of the cemetery. And when you got in there, you've lost all sense of a trail there. So what would you like to do here?
Well, I'd like to just look around, see if we spot anything unusual. like
Okay.
maybe more hoof tracks, maybe some discarded books, maybe a big sign that says, "Hey, I stole a bunch of books from Uncle Douglas's place." You know.
Evidence of satanic rituals.
Now, nearby, you notice in shadows by a large oak tree, you see quite a tall, dark figure that appears to be grasping a scythe.
What?
Is
You
that
see,
a
you see a tall, shadowy figure standing near an oak tree that
No, I
appears to be grasping a scythe.
Is that a tombstone,
Well,
gentlemen? Somebody
it's,
want to check?
it's quite a distance away.
Yeah, let's
Well,
approach.
not a huge distance away. Okay. As you approach, the figure raises the scythe
Oh,
and brings it down into the grass.
Oh, he's just cutting grass.
Oh, it's a lawnsman.
And then he raises it again and brings it back down.
is
So,
that the caretaker?
are you okay? If you're going to approach him, I'm going to. You're going to want to. When dealing with people in Call of Cthulhu, it's always good to, if you want somebody to talk to you, try a charm or persuade. Charm's obviously the best way to go. So, let me see. Jesse has a charm of 50.
Okay.
Wentworth. Oof.
Very
Wentworth's
charming.
not a charming man, nor is Keiko. She's quite standoffish too. And then Jesse appears to be your best bet for charm.
Well, all right then. I guess I will have to do something about this. Let's see. Excuse me, sir.
Okay, you're gonna need to roll.
Yeah, I know.
Let me see what's up with the dog.
Oh, very good. 42. You're on here. Okay.
All right.
So Jesse rolled a successful charm roll.
Mm-hmm.
And the figure gives a startled jump and turns around and says, oh my goodness, you frightened the daylights out of me. Don't be,
I'm so
don't be
sorry.
doing that.
I'm
Oh,
so sorry,
oh.
sir. I didn't mean to scare you. I just had possibly a few questions, maybe, and my friends might have some questions as well.
Oh,
know if
absolutely.
you got
I'd be quite happy to help you. Are you looking for the grave of a relative?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think my relative is buried here. We're not sure where he is. Did you know Douglas from the house over yonder?
Douglas?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Kimball. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, Mr. Kimball was always here. He was such a pleasant man. Such a very, very pleasant man. He was regularly in here. And I haven't seen him for, over a year now, it must be. I miss seeing him about. He'd often spend time talking to me. We'd talk about all manner of topics. He loved to talk, and he always had books. He'd talk about the weather, politics, and I loved hearing his stories about foreign lands.
Oh, rip foreign
Yeah,
land.
he used to sit right over there by that tombstone, and he points to a rather nice shaded kind of tombstone that has it's almost like bench like, and he says, "Oh, Mr. Kimball that was his favorite place to sit, and he would read, and I would talk to him for a while." What the fuck? I always do like a Norfolk fucking accent. It's like Michigan. It's like all common laborers are from Norfolk. But however, okay, I apologize. Sorry, I had to check my accent was going crazy there. Sorry. My name is Melodius Jefferson. I've been here for 20 years and maintaining St. Cuthbert's here. And we don't get too many funerals these days, but still get the odd one. But yeah, Mr. Kimball was a regular visitor. I do miss his visits. I do miss our chats. But if you'll please excuse me, I must get back to my work here, if that would be all right.
Guys, Keiko, did any of you want to ask him something really quick before we lose him?
I feel satisfied. Thank you.
I think that was quite good.
Well, sir, thank you for speaking with so briefly. You haven't happened to seen anything unusual last couple days, such as unusual tracks or anything nearby?
Oh, he seems to clam up a bit about that, and he gets a bit. No, I wouldn't know anything about things like that. I have to get back to my work now.
Say goat hooves of unusual size?
What, sir?
Goat hooves of unusual size. Being in a graveyard is
you have tricks with your mind, sir. I must get back to my work.
Have they been playing tricks with your mind? Ooh, tell me more.
What are you going to do here?
I just look eagerly, like I expect him to just tell me more. Like there's a stupid grin on his face, on Wentworth's face. Like and he's like tenting his fingers, like, ooh, he's gonna tell me.
Well, you're gonna have to try and what are you gonna do? Are you going to try and intimidate him?
Intimidate? Oh gosh, no. Do I even have an intimidate skill? I don't.
Professor,
I guess I do.
You might be scaring him a little bit.
I mean, clearly,
he seems just scared. I mean, you're talking about that superstitious yokel. I mean, this is Michigan.
Wentworth thinks he's very charming. I'll go ahead and roll my pathetic charm and see what happens.
You're gonna roll your what?
My charm.
Your charm is like 15.
I know, and I got a 12.
Or is it a?
Actually, that's a 2. That is a 0-2. I actually got it.
Very charming.
That is a 0-2. Yes.
Yeah.
No. He's just shaking his head, and he's like, "Those are just what kind of stories are you trying to tell, sir?" I think being in a graveyard is playing tricks on your mind.
Mr. Jefferson, could you point out where my uncle used to sit, and maybe we'll just walk over there and look.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He says, and he points to that one right over there, and he points to a nice. It's like I said, it's a kind of a low tombstone with it's almost like bench shaped, and it's near a tree, so it's a perfect reading spot. It's nice and shaded.
Well, God bless you, Mr. Jefferson. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson.
Good day. Good day. Thank you for visiting. I will. Okay. And he, wanders off. And he goes back to his scything.
Well, let's walk over to the bench, folks.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. And you walk over. Do I need to describe this fucking tombstone again? It's quite nice. It's made of white marble and then carved into it. It's in loving memory of Slab Bulkhead is the name on there.
Huh.
You know I was gonna get him in. And it's sitting under a nice willow tree. It's got like sandy, like gravelly, but mostly sandy ground around it. It's a very, very pleasant spot to have some time to oneself.
Look around here. Are there any?
Have a look around. Okay, we can do spot. You guys can do spot hidden or track.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Whichever ones you want to do.
Spot
Okay.
hidden
Go for
for
'em.
me.
Yeah, spot hidden for
It's
sure.
probably going to be spot hidden.
And then just let me know if you get a success.
Okay. Spot hidden is need to get a 25.
Gosh, darn it!
Nope.
I'm gonna press my luck if no one succeeds.
Okay, I've got 76. Yikes.
Because I am very convinced there's gonna be something here.
Dang.
Did we all end up failing?
Yep.
You all end up failing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna press my luck. For like Wentworth is absolutely convinced there's gonna be something here. So
Yeah, Jesse could always try a track roll.
All right.
I got a 6
You got a
Oh, my-
6.
on my pressing of my luck.
Okay, that's fine. You notice the hoof-like tracks in quite large numbers. They look kind of like well, large numbers isn't the. There's just a lot of them. I mean, it could be several of these hoofed things, or it could be just one that's been here numerous times. There are also some just human footprints too.
I
But
put on good authority that these creatures travel in single file to hide their numbers.
Oh, goodness.
but
gracious.
wrong game. And you notice that the tracks trail off towards a large, rather old mausoleum. And the mausoleum is, it's sealed with a heavy iron door, as these mausoleums tend to be.
Well, I think the only thing to do is to go in, correct?
Yeah, can we open that door?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's going to give it a go?
I'll give it a go.
That would require a strength roll. So, Jesse's strong, but Alexander's also going to give it a go here.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Got it.
Let's see.
All right, that's a 30.
Oh, both of you got it.
Okay, so you heave it open, and it opens with it's very heavy, and it opens with a loud creak. And as it opens, just this foul stench just overwhelms both of you. So I'm going to have to ask both of you to roll a Constitution check for each of you. For Jesse, that's an 80 or better, and for Alexander, it's a 50 or better.
Hold on.
Oops. Hang on.
Ha!
65. You're
Got it.
fine. Oh, woof! Just under it, right?
Just under.
Made it.
You don't need to roll. Nobody else needs to roll.
Oh, okay, because I got
Just-
80 Constitution, so I think
Yeah,
I'm all right.
Just those two.
Mm-hmm.
So you're fine. And so as the you open up the mausoleum, and it's just a inside it is just a large darkened room, and in the center of the room is just a stone sarcophagus, and it's surrounded by it's lit by stained glass windows that bring in the sunlight from outside. I should still point out that it's only you arrived at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now it's approximately 1:30 in the afternoon, and it is still it is early June of 1922, and it's a bright, sunny day. So,
Nice.
if you're afeared of vampires and werewolves and beasties.
Well, those aren't real, so nothing to be worried about.
Then what are these disembodied voices you're speaking with then?
Yeah, so we're in this. So there doesn't appear to be any other obvious exits from this mausoleum.
No, you can do a spot hidden.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Well, more just for obvious, but I'd
Yep.
like to, continue to just look around and
Yep.
see if I can find things.
Oh,
Oh, that's
that's
a
a
6.
6. Absolutely.
I find everything.
You find everything. Pack up, go home. Hey, there's Douglas.
Colin, just,
Hi, guys.
just forward me the PDF of the adventure, and I'll just describe what I find to everyone.
Okay. It's H.P. Lovecraft. What you find is unspeakable. And it's unknowable.
And the only description is things are indescribable.
Yes. Indescribably unknown and unspeakable. Well, you notice that the lid of the sarcophagus, you know some there's like, dust and debris on the ground, and there's like dried leaves and such in here, and you do notice again more of these prints that seem to be around. But you also notice that the lid of the sarcophagus has a lot of scratches around it, and it appears to be quite smoothly worn along the lid, along the edge, where it looks like it's been, moved repeatedly. So there's been a kind of an abrasion going on between the actual lid and then the surface of the stone sarcophagus.
We must open it.
All right. Anyone want to give me a hand?
Jesse, I believe, is very athletic.
Okay, straight up strength will do it.
Nice.
I am not opening that. That's a crime against the dead.
Well,
I'm here and I'm eager to see what's going on, but I don't know if I can participate in that part of it.
well,
Oh,
I,
so
I
it's-
can, because
I
it's
was-
science. It's a dead body. I can examine that, but my strength isn't very good.
So what's Jesse going to do?
Assert that there is no body in there because of the tracks. Did you not see them?
it does appear to be some sort of passageway more than an actual. You know what, Miss Williams? I do agree with your sentiment. However, I don't believe that there is a body within this edifice. It might be, I believe it's a covering of some sort. Now, that being said, I am straining myself up against this lid. If you wouldn't be willing to, help out a little bit.
Unfortunately, Alexander's not strong enough to
Fine.
move it.
I will help you, and may God forgive us all.
Young lady, this is where the burglars came from.
We'll see. Mhm.
47. And Jesse manages
For a
to
woman.
put Alexander to shame by just easily just sliding the sarcophagus lid to one side.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
as she does, it reveals inside the sarcophagus is filled with the desiccated, rotting remains of what was probably a wooden coffin.
Oh,
And
Not a body, just a coffin.
below that, the stone has been dug through, and there is a large hole that leads downwards. Yes, from beneath the sarcophagus.
Oh, in we must go.
Is there an animal that would do something that could do something like this? I know that rats can chew through concrete, but
Ooh. Well, a goat?
I was asking Keiko.
Oh, yes, of course.
I'm sorry. Ask me again, please.
Is there some sort of an animal that could, create this hole besides, say a rat? But I mean, it just
I
seems-
know. A goat.
There are plenty of burrowing animals. I can maybe take a look and inspect that. But yes, there are many animals that dig burrows besides rabbits and moles. And
I mean, if there are
Goats.
claw marks or something, goats don't burrow. Oh,
oh God.
but it was so much larger than a regular goat. So I'm not even sure it's a goat because it doesn't really correspond to any. Okay, this is disturbing.
Yeah, we can't have this goat gif here. This needs to go because it's going to just.
This is Tatters and his.
I have to delete that.
All right, I'll get rid of it.
It's so distracting. I got rid of it. It's really funny, but it's really distracting. Okay, sorry.
So I don't know if there's any goat creatures that would do this, but like your uncle, maybe the goat has friends.
Well, right. I mean, so does this tunnel appear to be man-made?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Man-like made. It's been, it's quite smoothed and rounded out. And it doesn't appear to be like a straight drop down just into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It does very much kind of have a kind of a gradual slope to it. So its initial entry into it is not that deep, but it definitely looks like it slopes downward.
Okay. Well, this makes me believe that our burglar might be a part of a group of people. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to dig this kind of tunnel themselves. I think that Alexander takes out his revolver and he takes out a flashlight and he.
Does he have a flashlight? Did you remember to pack a flashlight?
Oh, I mean, I didn't.
Well, let me see. Why don't you make a look roll, and we'll see if you remember to pack that flashlight.
I got nothing.
A look roll.
Look, L-U-C-K.
L-U-C-K.
Look.
I got a 38. My luck is 50.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure enough, you had that flashlight.
Oh, good thing I thought about this.
So if you'd failed, you still had your lighter.
Yeah.
So okay. So is the consensus is that you're going in there? So you've got your revolver and your flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
And what order are you going in? I guess it only matters if are you going in first or who's going in first?
The person with the light should go in first.
Who?
The person with the light should go in first, yes?
Yep, and then I go.
Okay. Is anyone else going in?
Oh, of course. Jesse, would you like to go next?
Well, someone needs to protect him. So yeah, I'll go.
Okay. So you all go in.
Yeah. Wentworth goes last.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he does. Ladies first.
Oh, okay. So you find yourself. You make your way down through the tunnel, and it's quite large. It's I'd say it's maybe it's like 4 feet across, and maybe 4 feet up, 3-4 feet up. So I mean, you can crawl quite easily through it. It's quite wide. It's not super wide, but like you can't.
This
But
jacket
you can.
is new. I can't. My jacket is new. Oh well.
Suppose you could leave it up in the mausoleum.
Oh, it's chilly down here. I'm fine. It's fine. It's all in the name of knowledge. Here we go.
And let me see. So as you go down, and you're very much aware that the tunnel is very much sloping downwards constantly, and the light behind you, the daylight from drifting in from the mausoleum, is now gone. So you're finding yourselves quite deep underground.
I say this is exciting.
As you're coming along, then you reach a
Alexander Kilgore said.
you reach a branch in the tunnels, where one goes off to the left and one goes off to the right. So I'm going to ask Keiko, Miss Kane,
Yes.
to roll a navigate check here because
Alright.
you have the best navigate skill. Others are
Gotcha.
also welcome to attempt so if you like, but all of your navigates are terrible. So you roll a 68. Yours is god awful also.
Man.
Yeah. So I got the best out of a really bad bunch, and I've only got a 30. That's terrible.
But you're all welcome to attempt a navigate roll.
Cool. Why not, right?
Yep, 29.
Can I take his roll as mine?
Yes.
No.
Damn. I could push my luck.
Okay. Well, we could see. What about Wentworth? Is he going to give it a go?
Should I be rolling?
Yes.
Yeah. We're trying to see if you can get a navigate roll. It's you only have navigate of 10.
Yeah.
They're pretty terrible.
I wasn't even going to try it, so all right, we'll try
It's
it.
worth just so Jenny doesn't necessarily have to do a push.
26. I missed.
26. Well, you want to try a push, Jay?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Otherwise, Alexander could burn 19 luck.
No. I'm not going to make him do that. Okay. That's still bad.
That's 32. You would only have to burn 2 luck.
Yeah, I'll do it then.
Okay. Then we leave the choice of going left or right is up to Keiko.
Left.
Good choice. So you start going through the. Why am I hearing myself? Somebody's broadcasting me. I'm hearing myself echoed. So you continue downward, and you feel like you've been going for maybe 30 minutes or so, and then you come upon a pronounced drop. The tunnel becomes a pronounced drop, and it's still just a couple of feet, but it's straight down. And so as you lower yourselves down into that, and you find yourselves in a slightly larger chamber. It's maybe 6 feet wide, about 6 feet high. It's it's tall enough to stand up in, and leading off in seemingly every direction from this chamber are tunnels similar to the one you arrived here from. And as I don't know if you want to have a look around here, perhaps with your flashlight, Alexander.
So we're just.
Yeah, you maybe wanna just have a look around with your flashlights here. So Alexander's shining his flashlight around, and as you're flashing it, you catch something very large and very fast, just dart across the beam of your flashlight.
Okay, I try to track it, or I try to kind of follow it with the light.
Okay, so you follow. You notice it went down one of the tunnels, and as you approach it, are you all following close behind here?
Yes.
Curious. I must. Yes.
Absolutely.
I have my hockey stick at the ready.
I have my Bible.
That'll work.
You hear a low growling sound.
Oh boy.
And the tunnel that you're following just seems to end, and it seems to veer off to your right. And where it veers off to the right, you can clearly see a large hand grasping the edge of the tunnel. And this hand is unlike any hand you have ever seen before. It's like approximating the size of a man's hand, slightly larger, and it looks almost human, but it has long, thick, yellowed, claw-like nails on the end of each finger, and it is covered in like just gray, oily skin, and there seems just patches of just moss and there's just patches of moss and mold growing all over the skin, and just kind of a dank, wet kind of fur on the piece of the arm that you can see. And I'm going to have to ask you all to make a sanity roll.
Okay.
Sanity roll, yikes.
So
Is there-
do we want to roll higher or lower than that sanity?
Oh no, your sanity, you just want to roll low.
Right.
Cool.
Oh God, 96. Are you kidding me?
Oh shit.
Very cool.
So
Love
what did you get?
Wow.
82?
Wow, Damon.
Holy crap.
99. I got the worst possible result.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Actually, it's the same as Jenny's. 96 to 100 is terrible.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
so basically it's up to Kathy to save us all.
Oh my goodness, this is not. Now, can we all circle around and pray?
So what happens?
Okay. Oh wow, and you just missed your sanity by 2. Oh,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Am I able to like use my luck
No,
or anything?
you can. No,
Okay.
not on a sanity roll. Unfortunately, you can't use it on a sanity or a luck roll. So, what about Jessie? Is she gonna roll? Did she roll?
I did.
Oh, you had a 54. Are you okay on that? Let me see. Where are you? Your sanity is 50. So
Yeah.
you're
All
over.
bad.
You're over on your sanity. It's all bad. Okay.
We're
Oh,
losing our minds.
wow! I wasn't expecting this.
Sure
Okay.
is.
The dice have spoken. Oh my goodness, the dice have spoken.
So now
Okay.
it's mostly just us screaming, right?
Yeah, please don't scream. I can still hear your screams from the last one.
Mm-mm.
So, okay.
I'm good at it. Okay, what am I gonna say? We will
We're all crazy.
All dead.
We're all
No.
insane.
You're all fine. Okay.
What?
No.
No. You're all fine. Hold on.
He says reassuringly as we're all
Okay.
screaming.
Alexander, you lose 2 sanity.
Okay. Boop. Bye.
Keiko loses 1.
Oh, just
Bye. Da-na-na. Da-da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na,
Oof. Wentworth loses 3.
Didn't need it anyway.
da-na-na, da-da-da, da-na, da-na.
And Jesse loses 2. And this hand, there's this a low guttural growl coming, and this hand slowly starts to, almost apprehensively make its way back around the corner, and it disappears around the corner of the tunnel.
Okay, Alexander is going to get himself back together a little bit after seeing Giant Hand, and he is going to press on.
You're gonna go after that?
Hell yeah!
Okay.
I mean, it's obviously. Okay. I mean, we shouldn't judge the man for his deformities.
I'd be one of your uncle's friends.
Okay, so Alexander pushes forward, and as you turn, I assume you have your revolver at the ready.
Oh yes.
Yes. Okay, and as you turn the corner, I mean you go very gingerly, and as you turn the corner, and slowly arc the beam of your flashlight in the tunnel towards you, you just see these enraged eyes staring back at you, and they are just in this large, dog-like face with just huge they're not human teeth at all. They're almost like from below, they're almost tusk-like, and then there's a very much a kind of a lower underbite of these two yellowed tusk-like teeth that come out, and then just from the top, just large incisors. Again, they're just yellowed and broken, and it is just covered in this gray, leathery, mottled, just mold covered and black, rancid, wet fur, and it just has these, and below it has these huge cloven hoof feet. So it is unlike anything you have ever beheld before, and the mere sight of seeing this thing in its full horror is going to require another sanity roll.
Okay, great. I'm better at those now, right? Is that how that works? You
sure.
Break your mind a little bit and you get better at it? I know it's not it.
You have experience. Yeah, it's all good.
I got a 22.
22. You are good. You're
Great.
fine. Okay. After the initial fear of being caught in your flashlight, the creature just lashes out at you with these clawed hands and just starts hurtling down the tunnel towards you.
Oh yeah. How many times can I shoot?
3, I believe. We're going to go for combat, but you have a dexterity of 110.
Wow.
Thanks to the fact that you have a readied weapon. So you're going to have the advantage in this, and so what is your weapon skill? Is a 40?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you're going to do? You're going to open fire?
I sure am. So and this is probably going to be me kind of walking a little bit. I rolled a 17.
That's a 17. Not only is that a success, that is a hard success. And the creature
Right, yeah, okay.
bolts out of the tunnel towards you, and its jaws open right in front of your face, and its jaws open so wide you can tell that it can just fit the entirety of your head in its jaws. But as it's leaping towards you, you fire your revolver, and the bullet enters right through its mouth, out through the back of its skull, and you can hear a sickening just splash of whatever was inside its head, and the beast goes from being a foot in front of you to 6 feet on the ground down the tunnel, and it just twitches and jerks and then it just lets out this. You just hear its last breath escaping, and it just shudders one more time, and is then completely still.
That was a very dramatic death.
Alexander edges a little bit closer, like
As you edge closer,
yeah.
You start to hear another growl further down the tunnel in front of you, past the creature, and it sounds a much more enraged and agitated growl. And the rest of you also become aware of more agitated and angry growling coming from seemingly all of the tunnels around you.
Oh boy.
Ladies, gentlemen, I believe we should be quit of this place.
Yes.
No arguments for me.
Yea,
So-
though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with my rod and my staff, they comfort me. So, yes, let's go.
So as you were turning, you just see another of these hideous beasts slide from the tunnel to the left, and then another from a tunnel to the right, and another above and below. And before you can reach the tunnel from which you left, or from which you arrived here, you just find yourselves completely surrounded from all sides by these hideous creatures.
Oh dear.
Unfortunately, fortunately for Alexander, he has already witnessed this creature, but the rest of you have not seen any of these creatures in their full form. So the other three of you are going to need to roll sanity rolls here.
Yeah. Uh-oh. That's not good. Not good at all.
Oh wow. Oh no.
No, 5's good, right?
No, 5's real good. Yeah. It's funny because it's Latin. I don't know what it means. I'm just laughing like I understand it.
46, I make it.
46, you make it. Oh, say so. Keiko makes it. It's just
I did not.
Jesse does not make it. So
How can I make it? That's 105, isn't it?
05.
Oh, 05. Okay.
On 10-sided dice, the 10 is a 0.
Got it. I gotcha. I was going to say, damn, I failed miserably.
I was saying on the on seeing like these, seeing the beast's hand was like a 1d3 on the fright meter, but seeing them in all of their glory is going to be a 1d6, which I'm rolling here for Jesse.
Oh dear.
And oh, thank Christ! So you take a 4 insanity loss.
Okay.
At least, well, look at it this way. At least you're not going into a bout of insanity like you did in Egypt.
That's right.
So you take 4 sanity.
Oh no, that's different. Okay.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, Alexander is
Go ahead.
just firing away at whatever whatever of these creatures would be in our way.
So you're gonna get everybody. Okay, so you're gonna start off combat.
Oh yeah.
I guess you don't. You guys really don't have a choice.
Hey, we're surrounded by these things and we don't know what they are. They
I was going to ask, just to be sure, like, do they happen to be trying to shepherd us down a tunnel?
No,
there's literally.
I think they
everywhere.
pretty much seem like after Alexander blew the brains out of one of them, they seem pretty much ready to tear you all limb from limb.
Oh, so we can't communicate with them or anything ridiculous like that.
No, I do not believe so. So, fortunately for you, combat is arranged by dexterity, and you are all going to get a turn before these creatures do. So that's good. That's the good news. The bad news is that there are at least a dozen of them. So there's 3 creatures for every one of you. So, but Alexander, you're still just going to go ahead and shoot here?
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to shoot at enough of them that we could try to run back.
You're gonna try and shoot your way out. So you're basically the ones that are between you and the tunnel you came in through. Mm-hmm. You're gonna try and go. Okay. Well, go ahead and make your roll.
Yep. So that's a 65. But I get like 3 shots. Is that right?
No, it's a 40.
What?
It's a 40 on your revolver.
Yeah, it's a 40, but I got a 65, so it's a failure.
Oh. Okay.
Right?
Okay. I didn't see your roll. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So your shot misses.
And so do I get 2 more shots? I don't completely understand.
I gotta read that actually. Not quite sure if you do get 2 more shots. You know what? What the hell? I'm gonna give you 2 more shots.
Okay.
Let's go. For it.
I mean, we're gonna die. So
yeah, let's go. But actually, for your next one, you also get a penalty die.
Okay, so I roll an additional D10, correct?
Yep. So it's D10 plus D10 plus D10.
Okay, so I take the worst one, so that's a
64.
Okay.
And again, with a penalty.
I rolled 3D10. What does that do? Just add them all together? Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, it does, which is not. No, it's not good. It doesn't break. It doesn't break them up properly.
It does.
No, it does.
Oh, it always.
Ascending order.
Gotcha. No, dang it. Let me just. Okay, so that 10 that I just rolled is my bonus because I accidentally rolled a D19.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter because that's going to be a 97.
No, so all of your shots miss.
Yeah.
So
damn it, you're useless.
So Keiko, do you want to fight your way out with your hockey stick or your penknife or not?
Oh, does she not hear us?
Hockey stick.
Okay.
I'm gonna bludgeon some hockey stick people.
Okay.
What do I roll? Just the regular 1d10, 1d10?
Yep.
One.
Ooh,
Oh,
spectacular!
Fantastic, right?
yeah.
So I
you're
a major goal.
Your hockey stick. Your hockey stick catches one of the beasts just right at the neck, and it's calm, so you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
you hit it with such force that the head comes just clean off. It just saws through it like a samurai sword.
Dang.
And just this
Stick.
foul just stench of just black blood that just flies everywhere and just covers you from head to toe. And the other creatures just like scream in a rage and just come hurtling towards you even more and just and they knock Keiko to the ground.
Oh no.
Is anyone else going to attempt combat here, or are you going to attempt to flee?
Just a question here. I just had a very successful roll there.
Yes, you did.
Why do I get knocked to the ground?
Because there are still 11 other of these things here.
Oh God. Okay.
Great.
What's your?
And I'm telling a spooky story.
What's your dex, Miss Williams?
50.
Oh, she's before me.
No, 40. No, she is before you. Sorry, yes. Yeah. She is before.
Sorry, it dropped out for some reason. I couldn't even hear how this whole thing started. So but now I'm back. But that's okay. I figured out we're all fighting. I'm in the mood for a brawl. What the heck? Should we do it? Yes. I don't know what other choices have.
Okay, well, what does she have? You're unarmed, so you're just going.
I have my Bible. Can I hit them with the Bible?
No,
Can I ask for my penknife or something? know.
Let's see. So,
You need a 60 or better.
okay. Hang on. I know the monsters are all waiting for me. Shoot. No,
No, that's not good.
that's not it. Okay, never mind.
I don't know if you want to. Oh no, you can't burn any luck. So you swing at one of the creatures with your Bible in your hand, but you just miss completely and just fall pathetically to the ground.
I
And
mean,
it just leaps upon you and just pins you down.
all right then.
Is reading a Bible incantation going to be helpful? I mean, are these devil creatures or what?
You can try.
Well,
but
I don't have a
not
Bible.
because it's Wentworth's turn. Wentworth's turn.
I'm just
here
curious.
now.
Go ahead.
Wentworth takes out the small photo in the beautiful frame of his wife Jane and kisses it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine. And as he does so, three of the creatures just pile upon him one after the other and drag him to the floor. And as he's dragged to the floor, you hear a voice above everything else just scream, "Stop! Stop!" And all of the creatures just go quiet. And as you look and you see this creature come in to sight, and while it looks somewhat like these creatures,
Uncle Douglas.
it has some still tattered remnants of clothing upon it,
Douglas.
and it has gray hair, and oddest of all, it's wearing like these wire-rimmed spectacles. But it is so hideous and frightful that again you're just completely overcome with fear and shock at seeing this creature, and you all just lose consciousness and everything goes dark. And then you awake and you find yourselves lying on grass. And when you look up, it is night. And you can see the star-filled sky above you. And as you look over, you see the almost man-like monstrosity standing in the doorway of the mausoleum. And it says to you, "You should not have come here. I only wanted my books and to be left alone with my friends. We are abandoning this place. They no longer wish to leave here. They no longer wish to live here. But I couldn't leave without being able to read a book again. And so I grabbed as many books as I could to take with us before they seal this tunnel forever."
Who are these friends of yours?
You need not bother yourself with these. They are merely ghouls.
But then it is still an unexplained phenomenon.
And with that, the figure goes inside the mausoleum and the door slams shut behind him.
Huh.
The end.
The end. Holy cow.